Toastmaster of the evening, Jagdish. Let's hear it for the speaker before the speaker starts speaking. I'm going to evaluate one of my leadership mentor speech today. This person who I always looked upon as an area director. Today, the purpose of this particular speech is very specific. So I would want Trailblazer member and guest to pay more attention because he's going to apply his leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan or maybe organize a guidance committee and implement the plan with the help of a team. Now for me, because he's delivering his high performance leadership first speech, is for a member or him to introduce his plan and vision. I wish you all the very best, and back to you, Toastmaster Jagdish.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mazahir. Now moving on to our next speaker, another reader, another leader. He is someone who learned reading by going over borrowed newspaper during childhood and has not stopped reading till date. He strongly believes that good private readers will be great public speakers. Currently reading the book 7 Practices of Mindful Leader by Mark Lesser. He is a veteran of our club. He has been guiding our club over years as a past area director and currently serving as the VP membership of our club. Put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Narayan. Toastmaster Narayan, the test, Toastmaster Narayan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jagdish. Timer, go. This past Saturday, I was on my couch after gobbling a perfect weekend lunch. Sedated almost like a Himalayan python, just to devour a big fat hunt. And when I was almost lured into that afternoon siesta, I was interrupted by a very enticing fragrance. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. A cup of bright orange-colored carrot halwa was presented before me, bedecked with the finest of nuts roasted and sugared to the core. I grabbed the cup like a child, emptied it in seconds, and devoured it like a baby would do it. That was a treat, was it not? After I came back to my senses, I had a look at the kitchen. I could see that the ingredients were put to test to taste the best. It was a bit messy. This could be probably a very normal sight in a kitchen after a weekend lunch. But we Toastmasters see things differently, don't we? I had a little bodhi tree moment there. You see, the candid carrot halwa came to my hands only after a good deal of test, trials, a lot of efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, sweet outputs come only after a good amount of test. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times we would have been pushed to our limits to take the test. And if we want to stay successful consistently and to be respected, there's one question that I would want to place here before the members. Have this in your mind. Are you ready to take the test? Are you ready to take the test? My journey as a Toastmaster for almost 5 years plus traversed through many roles across the club, area, division, and district. And in 2018 was the time when I signed out as area director of Area J3. Once that was done, I kind of felt purposeless. I was blank. I did not have a test. I was, of course, delivering my pathways projects, but there was no test. Paulo Coelho, in his book called The Alchemist, says, when you are desperate for something, all the elements of nature will conspire together to help you out. And that conspiracy happened to me October 2019. Toastmaster Jagrati Pandey just rang me up suddenly and then said that the District 92 core committee members, leadership, had me in mind to be the registration chair for Coronation 2020. I was flattered. I immediately said yes. And then I got nervous. Having said that, I banked upon my past experiences of running many shows across the club area division. And I realized that my next test was Coronation 2020. Now, for those of you who do not know what Coronation 2020 is the big daddy of all the events in District 92. If Chinnaswamy Stadium is for Indian cricket, it's Coronation for District 92. The champions of our district, right from the tabletop schema or the evaluation, the entire speech contest, they're crowned on that stage, that literary stage. I have never missed even a single coronation in my last 6 years of membership. And every single time the stage, those keynote sessions are life-changing experiences for me. And I knew that this is going to be one of the biggest tests in my Toastmasters career. And the date of coronation was fixed to March 22nd, 24th, 2020. And once the date was announced, the entire district site was on the registration. So here I had to plan and deliver the registration process as seamlessly as I can for the entire district. We planned an audience of about 1,300 attendees, including our district members and many other guests from across the other districts as well. So in general, the registration processes involve certain aspects for which I had to create a vision, a plan, which involved planning for the registration activity, setting up the guest passes with all the vital information, and then coordinating seamlessly with the other stakeholders like the PR chair, the event chair, the finance chair, the logistics chair, the food and beverages chair. So these were some of the high-level objectives. And for me to do these tasks, I had to have a team. I needed to have a team. Now, I needed a team that would stay committed to the cause. I wanted a team that was small, but sincere and shrewd to the test that's going to come up across. And the team, once was formed, we had to break it down to various other artifacts. Some of the critical artifacts in this registration process was, first of all, setting up a registration portal. And that's going to be the gateway for which the members are going to put in up the registration, punch in the registration data. And we have to plan for the registration fees. End of the day, it's going to be a budget event. So we need to plan for the fees. And then the refund mode, the mode of how the refund is going to be happening. And then an automatic mechanism to keep in touch with all the other stakeholders. So these were some of the activities, high-level activities to be planned. And I wanted it to be as seamless as it was. And for me to do this particular project, I also had to hunt down a guidance committee, a 3-member Toastmasters team that's pretty experienced, have done this being there before, so that they will run across me and they'll probably give me a very candid evaluation of how did I do my execution there as the registration chair, and also probably this particular speech. I knew, ladies and gentlemen, that my test is going to be different. I knew that I'll be taking a good life lesson the day I sign off as a registration chair of Coronation 2020. I knew questions probably would be answered. I knew questions probably would be asked. But then, these are the planning activities. Do you really want to know how did the actual activity go? Then sit back, relax. I'll come back to you after a few more days with actual story behind it. This is Narayan Mahalingam signing off. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Narayan. You know, you are in a treat when Narayan is speaker. So that was a great speech, Toastmaster Narayan. It was always a pleasure listening to you. I haven't attended a coronation yet, but definitely after listening to you, I made a promise to myself that I'll make it to the next one, and I'll definitely do anything that you need for the project. I will be honored. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Narayan. Now, so this is like today is like a festival with speeches from the past and present period directors who are proven leaders and great speakers as well. So yeah, there was a great prepared speech segment, and we are done with that now. So before moving to the next one, we were discussing about the how leadership skills can be improved with by reading. Now, there is one more important trait of a good leader, that is empathy. To think from everyone's perspective before making decisions is one of the important things that great leaders take care of very carefully. So how does reading help us in that aspect? So they say that when you read a book, it may be a story, it may be a novel, you try to learn all the perspectives. You learn about the feelings of every character in that story in depth. So you know how they feel, you know how things go, how one person's action can affect another person, another innocent person can be affected by that. In our normal life, in our day-to-day life, we do something, we know the action, but we don't know the reaction, how it impacts others. It's not something that we always know until and unless that person comes up to us and they open up about their issue. So, but when you read books, it is something that you understand, and this is something that can be applied in a leader by a leader. So they say that when a leader takes a decision, he or she should understand every impact, understand the entire team, how the entire team feels, and everything in deep. Sometimes people may not open up, how to get them to open up their problems or everything before they commit to a decision. So this is how, when you read, in general, readers can be the people with highest, with great amount of empathy towards others. So that's another way how reading can help in becoming a better leader. Now, all right, so we are done with the intense session, that is the prepared speech segment. Now it is a time to go to the next segment, which is the table topics segment. So our table topics master is facing some problems with his laptop. I think Toastmaster Raja, once you're back, you can just let me know. I'll continue with the topic until then. You can inform me once it is ready. Toastmaster Raja, can I confirm? Can you confirm if you're ready, or can I go ahead? All right. So, all right, we will proceed with our topic. I think he's facing some connectivity issue. It happens a lot, actually. Let us discuss about another way how being a better reader helps us with becoming a better leader. So in general, all leaders, they lead a stressful life. So find an active literary life can make you more personally effective by keeping you relaxed and improving your health. For stressed executives, reading is the best way to relax. And reading for 6 minutes, they say, can reduce stress by 68%. And some studies suggest reading may even fend off Alzheimer's, extending the longevity of mind. So it is very clear that in a similar way, how we spend our time in a gym, building our body day by day, and it's not something that our effects won't be visible. The effects of our preparation won't be visible in a single day. We spend months, and how every day we spend hours and over a long period of time in order to see the results of how our work converts into a healthy or a better body. So that is in a similar way. Over time, when we keep on reading, this is something that can sharpen our mind. Like I said, over time, it can help us in becoming a better leader. All right. Now we will confirm if Toastmaster Raja is ready. If not,
you guys able to hear me now?
Yes, Toastmaster Raja, we can hear. I can hear you.
Yeah, sometimes my laptop gives
No, this happens a lot. Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah.
So okay. It was stuttering. I just thank you.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
That's fine. So now, as you know, Toastmaster Raja is our Toastmaster of Table Topics Master. He's working in JDE as a senior principal software engineer, and his interests include DIYing and gardening, photography, and he's one of the newest members of our club. He just joined 1 month back, and it's really great that he has already taken the Table Topics Master. All the best to you, Toastmaster Raja. This is all yours. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jagdish. It's my first attempt at this event, TTM. One of the reasons I joined Toastmaster is this impromptu speaking, this challenge, and then it makes me get out of my comfort zone. So I would request all of the Toastmaster and guests to get out of your comfort zone and attempt the impromptu speaking or table topic session. So let me introduce table topic session. This is an impromptu speaking session where we give a topic and you need to talk for 2 minutes on that. The benefit is you have to on your feet think and create a story theme and talk about it. So today's today's topic or theme I chose is to sell something. So I'm a DIYer, so I have a small workshop at my home, and also I have my toolbox. So I'm going to pick some of the hardware items from that and sell those hardware items to the team, to the members here, like a TV commercial. Okay, you guys are clear about the rules? And please volunteer yourself so that I will choose the first product. No volunteers? Okay. So for you, can see it. This one.
It's called wrench, right?
A wrench. It's
Okay.
a plumber wrench.
Okay. In times of lockdown, when the plumber can't come to your house, what if your tap breaks and you get flooded? When you go outside, anyway, it's monsoon season. You are getting flooded anyway from outside. How to save yourself from getting flooded within your home? Please buy a wrench. The wrench is your one-stop solution to all your plumbing problems. This wrench is not only made of gold and available at a cheap price of 100 rupees only. It is gold, but it's looking like rusted iron, so that thieves can't buy it. Thieves can steal it. But this is pure gold and very powerful, and can not only fix your plumbing problems. Anybody comes to your house in the night, you can also show your skills, sword fighting skills with this. This is how you can use this wrench. Apart from all the things which it can do, it can also act as a certain as a like I just said he's a DIYer. So can you also install a lot of things on this on wrench as well? You can put it in your desk and put your mic over there or a webcam. So many things. So multi-purpose thing, not just for plumbing issues. So buy this wrench because we only have one product left, only one unit left. And if you don't buy it, then I think Raja will feel bad. So why don't you take the offer right now and just get the wrench as soon as possible? Prime Day is going on. Thank you.
And that was a very, very well attempted TV commercial I have seen in the recent times. And that range is golden, and I'm not able to get the price of that. And probably we need to call the customer care to get that. That's a great, great attempt, Abhinav. So who wants to go next? The next item is actually very interesting. Okay. This one.
Hey, it's a hammer.
Yes.
Okay. The way you told me it is going to be interesting, I was just thinking, what was that? That's why I just raised my hand. So anyway, so hammer. Everybody have a feelings to hit something, right? Let's say we get out of anger. We can't hit ourselves. We can't hit with bare hand, right? You need something. If you need something, then there is something I have for you. Forget about hitting something. What if there is, what if there is a lot of things you can use? So let's say this is a tool that's going to be used in different purposes, like plumber, as a plumber you can use this, as a normal day-to-day you can use this, gardening you can use this, while repairing any vehicle or any breakdown also you can use this. But finally you can use this just to hit someone, like let's say you get out of anger, let's say you did something, you know, you are going somewhere and somebody just unknown person just try to snatch you something or something. You should have something, so I will give you something. There is some tool I have. So here is the hammer, which is sponsored by Mr. Raja. So if you buy one hammer, you will get definitely one more, and it is really new, and maybe you can see it is old product, but if you think and the feel and all, you can see once you touch the hammer. And believe me, it is made purely out of pure iron. We have also option for gold and silver, but currently we are offering iron. Going forward, we are also planning to launch in gold and silver. And believe me, once you get it, you can't believe that what we are using. It is not just a hammer. It is just a hammer for your day-to-day life, for your each and every purpose. You can use each and every purpose. And finally, if you get on a hammer now, we'll get one more hammer free out of this. And we have 1 year of warranties. Thank you.
I think there is a connection issue with Raja. Raja, can you hear us? Let us give a minute.
I think he's joining back.
I think because of his interest in DIYing, he started fixing the internet and he's starting to fix internet issues by himself.
Internet fix hammer is not going to help. So maybe we can start with.
Yeah, maybe we can give one more. Okay, I will. If anyone can volunteer, I will give another topic. I think that should be the next thing in line for Raja as well. So anyone volunteers for another topic? Anyone? I'm sure
I'll
this
give
should
it
be
a
his
shot.
message. Okay, great, Apurva. So your topic is your product, the product that you are going to sell in the line of products that Abhinav and Santosh sold. It is a screwdriver. So that is the product you want to sell. So Apurva, if you know, you can even take 30 seconds to think about it, and then you can even begin. It's up to you.
Okay.
Your product is
sure.
a screwdriver.
Okay. Okay, I'll start. So, when Raja introduced the topic for the table topics discussion today, the first thing that came into my mind was a childhood memory where my father, he always used to have a toolbox of his own, and together with his brother and me, we used to fix a lot of things, DIY a lot of things at home. And I think a screwdriver is one of the most used, most utilized tool out of all the other tools. And so it could be used from anywhere, from fixing a wire, a nail, or sometimes even like at other places. So yeah, I think it is one of the most utilized tool. It could be utilized anywhere. And so yeah, I've done a lot of DIYs myself, not a very like major ones, but yeah, small ones I've done it myself. Having a toolbox or a tool set of your own not only makes you independent, have something of your own to fix few things at home without the help of an external person, like in COVID times. And my childhood experiences have taught me this. So definitely, if somebody wants to invest in a tool of their own, they can start with the screwdriver. And like we have the offers running on all the other tools, we have a Prime Day sale, and it is made of gold and can have a buy one get one offer as well on that. So before it gets the stocks run out, I would suggest everyone to just go for it, give it a try, and have a tool set of your own, starting with a mere small screwdriver. I'm sure it will help you out.
Thank you, bro. That was really great. And yeah, you shared your experience. But by the way, I must say that there is something suspicious because Raja is selling all gold products. All his products are made of gold. So something to be looked into. Okay.
Yeah, I think he is the sponsor, so I consider him generous enough today.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, thank you. That was a great one, bro. A great attempt here. So yeah, even I myself have been in a situation where I want to do things myself because even to fix a nail or something, you have to wait for something big to break in the house so that the electrician we can call up plumber, because we cannot ask them to, we cannot invite them for some small work. So you have to wait until something else breaks in house. So yeah, knowing these tools and being able to fix that will really help us actually. So I also encourage everyone to learn the DIY. Okay, now the next product I have in mind is, because before that, anyone wants to volunteer? Okay, we have Divyasri. Okay, Divyasri. So the product for you is battery. It can be any battery, a customizable battery, anything.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jagdish. Good evening, everyone. Battery is very important for all of us in many ways. When we are kids, we used to have this torchlight where it has batteries in it, and now everything has been changed, and now we are using electrical torchlights where we get charged with electric. But those days we have this torchlights with inserting very big batteries or very huge one like this size, and that gives us more light. And also I think other way we have lot of things now, even toothbrushes are being used with the small batteries to brush your teeth. So batteries is playing major role in our lives from being kid to when we grow up. Apart from it, if I wanted to relate it with our life, when power goes, we are using inverters now. The inverters, it also plays other major role in our life when we do not have power. And we, since being at home these for last 1.5 years, we surely need inverters where this battery is being charged for complete whole day and help us when we lose power for 1 or 2 hours. Even this helps us more. So batteries will play major role no matter where we are, whether in VCs or in ACs. It is going to play the major role in our life. So have batteries for wherever you travel, whether the small one or the electrical batteries, so that you will be in a safe condition. You will have something backup. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Divyasri. I think Raja is back. So Raja, we started giving topics in the same line. After hammer, what would be? It should be the screwdriver. So that's how we went on. All right. So for timer, do we have time for another topic that Raja can give, or we can wrap up? I think, yeah, we are done. So thank you. Don't worry, Raja. This happens a lot, more than what we think. Yeah. So this is we are used to these things. So no worries.
But my apologies.
No, there's nothing to apologize here.
If Raja wishes, we can go for one more topic. I think we have time.
Okay, yeah, Raja, if you have one more topic, you can.
If you have a volunteer, yeah.
Okay.
I think we are still having
Internet issues
so
are
I
back.
think, yeah. So I think, yeah, we'll wrap up the table topic session now. Okay, now coming back to our topic. So now I spoke about how great leaders felt about reading and how it helped them in their life. And I explained about how studies suggested that reading can be of big help in developing our leadership skills. If you have anything experience where something you read helped you in your leadership skills directly in some way, whether to take a decision or something, you can share. So something you read directly helped you in making better decisions. If you have any experience, you can share.
So I'll share something. Okay, Santosh, you can go ahead. It's okay.
No, it's like earlier I never used to have reading habit and all, but going back, I think last few months, maybe 6 to 7 months, I'm starting couple of mostly the personal development books and all. So somehow indirectly it is helping. I can't say directly it is helping, but somehow indirectly it is helping. And certain point also you can get that point that this is how I should do it, and directly also should be helping. So yes, there are points like while taking some decision, while taking some while speak something, how you can speak so that you can judge someone, how you be judged. A lot of things. So if you keep reading, there are a lot of things that is beneficial for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Santosh. Abhinav, you can go.
Yeah, I was just saying. See, I have been reading books for a long time, but those were like like maybe 5 or 6 books in a year at max. But when I became Toastmasters president of a club, I had to speak every week something. And after a certain point, you run out of ideas what to speak on. So their books can help a lot. And it's not just one book. If you read one book, you're prompted to read one more book. And that the chain never ends. So you speak something from the book, whatever you learned, and that will give you idea to go to some other book, and then another book, another book. So while I was president, I ended up reading more than 10, 15 books in a year. So that tripled of my normal average. So that is how it helps. So both ways. If you want to become a leader, you have to become a reader, and while you are a leader, you can become a reader as well. So both helps, both go hand by hand, hand in hand.
Thank you, Master Raghav. So yeah, so personally, one of my favorite books is The Alchemist that Narayan mentioned. So whenever I take some risky decisions, I used to think myself as the protagonist in that book, and I will look for some good omens. If I'm really convinced, many times we take decisions and we just want some affirmation, something to confirm that we are on the right track. So it may be silly, but something that really helped me. Like I try to see good signs, I try to find good signs, and then I will proceed with my decision. So many times it helped me personally whenever I'm taking decisions, especially something that will impact for a very long time. So overall, it was a great session today, and we've learned a lot of things. Now is the time for evaluation. Nothing is complete without a feedback. Only when we actually get the feedback, whatever practice we are doing, whatever we are learning, will come to a proper conclusion. So now it's time to invite the general evaluator of the day to provide his report, and he will in turn invite the tag team to provide all the reports that are needed. So it's time to invite Toastmaster Santosh back on stage.
Thank you. Yes, I would just like to give some report what I have observed so far. So we started at 4:05, which is on time. Basically, we need 5 minutes. Some quick introduction of the quick networking. So we started, which is fine. Then Maitri explained each and every aspect of Toastmaster, how it is helping each and every one of us. And again, she explained the Trailblazer, how we stand as a club with Toastmasters. So it is really good explanation for the guests and for the new members. So thank you for that. And also after that, she introduced Jagdish for this team or role, and Jagdish, explained about the theme and all. And again, he also explained the guest and how what are the benefit of this book reading, what are the benefit and what he explained, how he got benefited from the book reading. So a lot of input is to be taken from our theme of the day by Toastmaster Jagdish. One good thing is also started by interacting with some questions like what kind of book you are reading. So it is a good way, it is good approach to be interacting while be a discussion. So all the audience will be very active and listen. The listening power of this audience will be really good, high by making the interaction. And yeah, then we introduced the G, and we have our tag team. So they really explain their role and timer. Maitri really explained what exactly is timer and how we can time our each and every aspect of our meetings. Then our counter and grammarian, it was really good, and we got the word of the day, and that's all. Then next we have the speaker. So Jagdish well maintained all this speaker, and he introduced the speaker in each and every details and the evaluator. Yes, we do have a conflict because of the evaluator like speaker 1 and speaker 2. So I was expecting speaker 2 to be Nitya and speaker 1 to be Narayan. Maybe there is a small conflict, but that can be, it's happened sometimes. So we have go with by agenda sometimes. So that's okay. We just misalign number 1 and number 2. That's fine. And the next thing is we have one more conflict regarding this evaluation. So yeah, that was it because of some typo issue that is just mismanaged by. In fact, I can say it is my fault during that agenda. I mentioned some different name rather than Abhinav, so got a miscommunication. So, but somehow this is how I like. When you get something in trouble, how you can manage this? This is how Jagdish manage this. So it is here. This is how we are here, so that everything we can manage how each and every situation. So it is a good thing. Now coming to the speech, we have "Do I Believe in Magic" by Nitin. I really like the speech, so I would like to evaluate Nitin by Toastmaster Abhinav. Abhinav, can you please give your evaluation?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Santosh again. Toastmaster Nitin, today you delivered your second speech on the same project. Do I believe in magic? And all I would say is that you have a penchant on how to become a great how to deliver a speech without showing any tension or anything at all. You don't show any nervousness, and that is the greatest, I can say, skill one can have. You start with the story again. Some people who might not heard your previous speech, to give us brief introduction about that it was about your NGO, you and I. So any story or anything which we want to discuss with somebody, if it has three aspects, people always remember it. That is like crux of storytelling. First of all, you had a real story, so nobody can argue on that. Second is that you set up a premise of what is going on. The analogy between the you and I and your relationship with you and I, with a Bollywood movie, that was the best part of it. Then you talk about the problem, how COVID stopped you from doing what you wanted to do. And finally, solution. So any story has three parts: starting the premise, the problem statement, and the solution. And you covered all the three topics. We did not leave anything in hanging, and with a lot of humor as well. And you told the story in a really good format, and everybody will probably will not forget this for a long time. Any plan which people make is bound to fail. So you showed how the planning, and even after support you had, even that was bound to fail because of some unexplainable reason. But how you eventually came out of it was the best part of it. So any plan here to make, you have to first make a vision, try to execute the vision, and whatever comes your way, you find one more solution out of it. And your speech showed it pretty well. On to terms of speaking wise, like I told you, you don't show any nervousness at all. You explain very lucidly. You always sprinkle humor in the speech, and your voice is pretty clear and loud. So great job on that speech. I think you have given us all the club members also a way on how to set up a plan, how to make a vision, and while doing all the stuff you're doing in the club, you also have time to do outside the club as well, volunteering. There's so many lessons out of it. So keep doing what you're doing, and I like the speech very much. And I'm hoping to hear more speeches from you in future as well. Back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhinav. It was a really nice speech. What basically I like on that speech is about Nitin. He explained his experience, how he felt the magic. That is a good part. Like when you explain yourself, like you have gone through that magic. That is the impact of your speech. Thank you for that. Now coming to our second speaker, Mr. Narayan. His speech to the test. Thank you. It was really nice speech. I'd like to call Toastmaster Jai for that evaluation. Thank you.
From the very book that you quoted, Toastmaster Narayanan, Dr. Robert Schweller, in his quote, says, if you listen to your fear, you will die never knowing what a great person you might have been. And trust me, it's important for you to know how great you are, because you yourself may not know, but others are there to tell you the great job that you've been doing apart from Toastmaster and within Toastmaster as an individual. I salute you and respect you. This is for you. Congratulations on completing your HPL first speech project. It was delivered fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a test, Narayan sir, for me to get the best and few areas of improvement in the speech. The test, because you made us ready for a test with your speech. This was an inspiring speech. You had a personal story to it. You had a smart wordplay to be around. The carrot halwa did all the magic to begin with. You had us hooked to the entire speech initially, and you slowly diverted to the project that you were to talk about. You informed us what kind of qualities you wanted in the people. You told us how the opportunity came to you, and everything was super smooth. I was smiling, I was nodding, I was looking at you because I was so connected to you and hooked to your speech entirely. In this entire speech, with the kind of speeches and the various roles that you have took on the Toastmaster, I've also realized that what a good speaker does is that to have a goal and work for. I can understand after you were done with your director term, you wanted to do something, so you took up this particular responsibility. Fabulous, fantastic. There are only two things that I might want to take care, if you may wish to. One of them is a casual point. Another two are related to the topic. The casual point is, it's always good if we try to do an analogy with any particular thing in mind. You might want to bring that in front of the camera. Example, if I want to say, if when life gives you lemon, make a lemonade out of it. So if you're talking about halwa, maybe order one, or maybe have it in a piece of a bowl or something you want to have with a spoon, and show people. Actual halwa, nothing like it, but at least a bowl, and the prep will come in the picture. Okay, this is one casual point. Any speech for that matter. Specific to this project, the member numbers in your team, I found that missing. I wanted to know how many members that you actually acquire in your team to work with. And the second thing is, you said there was 3 people who were there in your guidance committee. Maybe you can bring out name. So name brings the authenticity. At times what happened, okay, have you worked with Toastmaster? No, not. At least we know who you worked with. Names. These are only 2 things related to this particular speech. I had tons of takeaways, Toastmaster answer from your speech. You are a true storyteller, and storytelling skill helps you move an audience, and you very well did that today. I'm super moved, super inspired. I think I'm willing to take up some and such a project like this. Whenever you happen to deliver a second speech on this, please call me as a listener. I would love to know what happened. Thank you so much. That was my time. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. It was really good evaluation, and I like that lemon you showed. It was like so. Thank you, and Narayan, it was really good speech. It is like we hardly get like very rare this kind of speech. Maybe like once a month, something like that. So it was really good. Initially, I was like I was thinking, is that related to something related to test? Because the way you express initially, I feel like saliva is coming after this. So anyway, so I good to know that how you experience in Toastmaster, and how it really encourage you to going further. So thank you for that. And coming to the next thing, we have our table topics. Before that, I would like to ask our tag team about the tag report. I mean the timer and some other report, so that you can get the details, and then we can discuss the tabletop details. So, Toastmaster Maitri, can I have the timer details? Time details.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator. So everybody was on time. Everybody spoke within time limits. I'll share my report on the chat as well as I read it out. So, timing, Toastmaster Nitin took a total of 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Toastmaster Narayanan 6 minutes and 22 seconds, well on time. For different topics, Toastmaster Abhinav 1 minute 35 seconds. Toastmaster Santosh took 2 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Apurva 2 minutes 2 seconds. And Toastmaster Divyashi took a total of 1 minute and 50 seconds. For evaluation, evaluator number 1, Toastmaster Abhinav took a total of 2 minutes 35 seconds to evaluate. And evaluator 2, Toastmaster Mazahir, took a total of 3 minutes and 2 seconds for his evaluation. That's all from my side. Back to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Divyashi, can I have the report?
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh. Santosh, you have used maximum of R's and Ms. Please try to reduce, and very less repetitions. Jagdish also has used maximum of R. This was not intentional. We could say it could be because of nervous. Unintentionally, you are using R's and Ms. Try to reduce that. Nitin have less usage of fillers. Narayan less usage of fillers. Abhinav have small pause, few repetitions. Apurva have few repetitions and minimal usage of fillers. Mazahir has very less, not less. He does not have any fillers or crutch words. Appreciate that. Thank you. That was my report. Back to you, Santosh.
Thank you. Thank you, Krishna. Can I have the grammar report?
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Santosh. For grammarian, today was a difficult day because I had to note down so many usages of good usages of English language. And when Narayan is there, I had to switch off my video so that I could note it down because there's so many. Even Jagdish when started, so a lot of good usages from Jagdish as well. A lot of new words, inexhaustible, and without knowing, he used intellectual, inspirational, imbibe, triad from with I. So if we use these kind of words, it enhances the quality of speech, anyways. Sharpening the mind, opportunity, and the door. That when Narayan came into, Nitin's speech was good speech. It did not have any like fancy words, but Narayan's speech was filled with so many words. I had to actually note it down. Gobbling lunch, Himalayan python, Lord into the afternoon, enticing fragrance, vivid imagery with orange halwa, sugar to the core, like a child, devoured. And I liked it pretty this much. The best. Put to test to taste the best. A small, sincere, shrewd, and he used a rhetorical device called anaphora, in which he repeats certain words to emphasize the point. His usage was, "I knew this was going to happen. I knew this might not go through. I knew," and so on. When we speak like this, it actually puts the points forward into people's mind. And finally, he did not use it intentionally, but it's okay. It's a bad joke, but when in Corona times, coronation happened, so it was bound to fail. But anyways, today was a great day for grammarian to note down so many good usages. Not so good day in terms of word usages. So only one person, Santosh, used the word urbane. I know it's a difficult word, and you also use. Okay, Maitri might also have used. It did not fit anywhere else actually. But anyways, tabletop speaker can still use the word. All in all, I had a good time today with noting down so many usages of the idioms and phrases, which will be going to enrich my vocabulary as well. Thank you so much. Back to Toastmaster Santosh.
Thank you. Master Abhinav, it was very good explanation. And I really like the way each and every point is like the way wherever you like the idioms are very pages or any good videos grammar. Thank you for that. Now coming to the next topic, we had the table topic. So of course, we had really we started the table topic really good. It was quite excited. We are quite excited, and finally, I understand there could be some case network glitch or technical issue. Could be that's happened. So that is a beauty, like how we can handle all these things. So finally, thank you, Raja, for studying with team order. This is the first time you take this role, and it was really good and good idea actually to sell something and good topic as well. So finally, then coming to the next thing, like I like Jagdish how he handled just because Raja didn't able to handle the next further topic, so he is himself continue with the topic. So thank you for that, Jagdish. And yeah, that's all. Overall, it was a good session, and we get to know a lot of new things, new words, and of course, a lot of things about our theme, how we and how we approach the reading habit and how improve ourselves by reading. Thank you, Jagdish, for this valuable explanation of your about theme. Thank you, and up to you. Please, Jagdish, now it is up to you. Please continue. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So it was a great session today. We had great speeches, great evaluations, and overall, it was a fantastic day today. Actually, after a while, we have 2 speeches in a single day. That is another great thing. And yeah, we have now, it's time to select our best speakers and evaluators. So I will launch the poll. You can select the best table topic speaker, best prepared speaker, and the evaluator as well. Now it's time to hand over the session to the presiding officer of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Maitri.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jagdish. So before we move on, it was again great having Toastmaster Mazahir after quite a few weeks, and it's always good to have your feedback. So now that we are coming to a close, would you have any last words of advice and feedback for our club? No? Any scope for improvements? All good? Thank you so much. So anybody else has anything to share, what they liked about the session? You can just unmute yourself and speak.
Maitri Narayan here. Sorry to think. I just unfortunately I just dropped my line got snapped when TM Mazahir was giving the evaluation. Mazahir, can I please request you to just summarize quickly as the corrections you are saying, 2 points. Can I request you at this point in time? Thank you very much.
Sure, sir. I was actually filling up the form. So I was saying there were two things that I had. Number one, in any speech, just to enhance it better, if a speech has a metaphorical or an example reason, try to bring that. So example, you had a halwa and the whole story was it, because the title was so intriguing that you may not know what the speech is all about. And you had halwa, so people are wondering. And as the GE said, it was mouth watering, right? You could have shown a prop. This is on the casual note of a speech which may not be there. On the second part, there's only one thing that I have. Because this is the initial phase of you telling the entire plan with the committee, names bring authenticity. There are a couple of people who say, if you keep taking names, the second time your friends and other colleagues will know who you're talking about. So when you talk about the guidance committee, you told 3 people, I want to know the name of those people so we can say, okay, those are good people. Because a leader recommending another leader, that's one thing. And members of your team and how crucial they were supposed to be played, what they played. This could have bring some sort of a suspense somewhere. Were they ready to do the task? If yes, did they do it well? Wait and I'll let you know. Kind of a suspense building there with those names and around that. Only 2 things.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mazahir. So I hope everybody enjoyed the session, and especially Apurva, since you're a new member, I hope you had some takeaway from the session. I hope to continue seeing you in the future, and we'll have a formal induction for you soon enough. And right now, the results of our today's winners are out. So the best table topic speaker, let's start with best table topic speaker is, any guesses? It's Toastmaster Abhinav, who was able to sell his gold wrench pretty well. So
I have one table topic speaker after like 3 years.
So congratulations, enjoy this. So for best prepared speakers, I think no guesses here. Toastmaster Narayanan stole the show. So congratulations, Toastmaster Narayanan. It was a pleasure hearing you speak. And I have to say, I saw Ishwar for briefly. Is this the same Ishwar? I just have to ask Narayanan.
Yes, he was my mentor. He is my mentor. He just asked me casually. Oh, I think he's dropped off. Okay. He asked me for the link. He said, "What did the evaluator tell you?" He said that there is. I just delivered it, and he asked me, "Is the evaluation done?" I said, "It's just going to happen now." That time, the evaluator was evaluating TM Nitin's speech, and he immediately said, "Let me join right now." And he was floored by Mazahir's evaluation, and unfortunately, I got disconnected. So I couldn't connect between what Mazahir was saying and what the mentor was saying. And I think running short time, but just a good mentor makes a good difference. See, there's a lot of difference a mentor can make. Mentors are not coaches. A lot of people think that their mentors are coaches. They don't coach you. It's kind of a buddy relationship. A mentor, and Ishwar personally knows my style very well, and I've been with him for the last 5.5 years. He's my only one mentor, and I want to stick with him until he says get lost. So, so he's the kind of trust he has in me, the kind of respect I have for him. I think it's mutual, and so the speech come out decently well. I think credit to him. I just deliver it. He kind of shapes it. He sits with me very, very patiently. Goes line by line, edit by edit. Those similes, anaphors, triads, metaphors. He works with me very closely, and that makes a difference. You have a good mentor, and I believe I've been able to do something to my mentees as well. Whatever I learned from him. So that's a beautiful relationship. You're blessed if you have a good mentor like him. And sadly, he's dropped off. He's a very shy person. I don't know how many of you have met him in person. Abhinav has met him in person. I'm not sure. Mazahir could have met him in person, maybe. I'm not sure if you had a chance to talk with him. He's very shy and he just gets the job done and he's off the screen.
Yeah. I got excited to see my mentor's mentor, and he's not here, so I asked you. But anyways, congratulations again, great speech. And
Thank
best
you.
evaluator. So coming to it again, no guesses again. Tospas Mazahir. I enjoyed. It was like a speech. It's like a speech to me. I enjoyed watching you deliver the evaluation, and I watched it, enjoyed it as much the second time, even more so. So it was a pleasure hearing you deliver. So congratulations to all the winners and all the speakers. It was an amazing session. There's always glitches, and then we always find to build our doors, and we go ahead with the session. So great job, everybody. Really enjoyed it. And all the two new members, Raja and especially Apurva, I hope you enjoyed the speeches and the relationship between mentors and mentee, and how Narayanan, in spite of being a veteran, is still sitting down with his mentor and getting into the nitty-gritties of a speech. So I hope there was a lot of takeaway for everyone. And with that, I think it's now time to grab a screenshot. Who's going to do the honors? Jagdish, is that you?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Everybody's ready with their videos on.
Yes. Mazahir, please do
I'll
not.
just-
Video of the picture looks better.
Okay, everybody, please stay still and just smile. Thank you, everyone.
So
Thank you,
congratulations
everyone.
to all the speakers again, and hope to see you all next week.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you all soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Good speeches, Nitin and Narayanan sir. Loved it.
Thank
And
you. Thank you very much, Mazahir. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Abhinav sir, I love the evaluation. I don't know, 3 years. I think it's you're fooling all of us.
No,
You
table
speak-
topics.
Yeah. I mean, I think you speak great. So I'll call you to a different club. Just to make sure that we give you a very
Okay.
nice topic and you get
Okay,
something.
I'll be everywhere.
ठीक है sir. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.